Hello students, welcome to class 10 physics class. Today we studied a very interesting topic, Fleming's right hand rule and electric generator. So before we discuss this one, first we recall the previous classes. In previous class we discussed about Fleming's electromagnetic induction. And what is electromagnetic induction? It is the process to induce the current inside the conductor due to the change in magnetic field. Okay, that means when the magnetic field changes linked with the coil, a force is induced inside it, and due to that force, a current is induced in the circuit, and that force is called electromotive force. And the direction of induced current is determined by using Fleming's right hand rule. And we also explained to activity 13.8 and 13.9 NCERT. Okay, so let's start with the first topic of this today's class, Fleming's right hand rule. When we studied the electric motor, we studied the Fleming's left hand rule, and Fleming's left hand rule we find out the direction of force, that means the thumb. So at last we write that thumb will represent the force of a conductor. Now in this case we find out the direction of current, and direction of current is detected by the middle finger. So at last we write the middle finger indicate direction of induced current. So how we state this one? According to Fleming's right hand rule, the thumb, middle finger and forefinger of the right hand are stretched in such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other. And if thumb indicates the direction of the movement of conductor, forefinger indicating the direction of the magnetic field, then the middle finger indicates the direction of induced current. So this is our right hand, thumb, forefinger, middle finger. So we find out the current. So current is father, mother, child rule. So at last we write the whatever the middle finger indicate. So we stretch in such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other, like this way. Okay. Now this thumb will represent the movement of the conductor. That means when the conductor moves, when the force is exerted, this will represent magnetic field, direction of magnetic field. Then the middle finger of the right hand indicate what? Is indicate the induced current, direction of induced current. Father, mother, child rule. Like same way you can remember this one, but keep it in your mind. In left hand rule, at last we write that thumb will represent the force of a direction of the force of a conductor, but in case of a right hand rule, at last you write the middle finger indicate direction of induced current. First you write what thumb will represent, what forefinger will represent, then the middle finger indicates direction of induced current. Because we find out this one, so which one we find out, that one we write at last. Clear? Now electric generator, one application of electromagnetic induction and using the practical application of Fleming's right hand rule. So first of all, what is generator? You know, everybody also see the generator when the current is off. In some places generator service is there. Using the generator, electricity provided in our houses. So what is electric generator? Electric generator is a device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. But in a motor, electrical energy through mechanical energy. That means here first the mechanical, that means the machine will work first, then it gives us the electric energy. Now when the current is off, when the generator is on, after some time the electricity will come in our home. That means mechanical energy converted into electrical energy. But in motor, electrical energy, because it is connected with a battery, and battery is a source of electricity, electric charge. So electrical energy when the electric current passes through the conductor, the force is exerted and it will rotates in case of an electric motor. So electrical energy converted to mechanical energy in case of an electric motor, and electric generator, it converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. Now it operates principle of electromagnetic induction. Now generator is two types, AC generator and DC generator. But we studied only the AC generator, and how to convert DC generator we also studied at last. Okay, so AC and DC. What do you mean by AC and DC? AC and DC means, first we understand what is AC and DC. Alternating current and direct current, or alternate current, direct current. Alternate current means a current in which the direction is changed after some time interval or periodically. Okay, so whatever the electricity supply from the power station to our city, that is a alternating current. And the frequency of alternating current in our country is 50 Hz. That means a current changes after its direction after 1/100 second in India. This is in case of India. And why we use the AC alternating current? Because alternating current transmitted after a long distance without much loss of energy. If energy is so much lost, then when the electricity comes to our home, then their voltage is very low. Okay, so there is a much loss of energy. But if we use the alternating current, it can transmit at a long distance, but energy loss is very less, and it looks like this way. So change in direction means this is a positive half up to this time, this is negative, changes direction, positive then negative. So this is a change in direction. This, if this is a x-axis, this half is a positive, this half is a negative. So if we consider that is, this is 0 and this is time t. After t time it will change its direction, negative direction. Then after this, if this is t1, after t1 it will again change its direction. This is positive half, plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus. Okay, this is the wave nature of the alternating current. Clear? And it is changes periodically. And direct current, the current which flows in a one direction. This is a two direction. One is a positive direction, one is a negative direction. But in this case, only one direction. That means only the positive direction. No negative direction is there. So this is called direct current. The whatever this battery we used for electrochemical battery we used for torch, that cells that produce the direct current, DC current, and this DC current cannot used for transmitted up to a long distance, because after some such a distance it lost its energy. Okay, so this is the advantage of AC over DC. This is a definition of AC, this is a definition of DC. This is a wave nature of AC and DC. DC has only one direction, AC has two direction, because it's changed periodically its direction. Now here we write also the advantages of AC over DC. The cost of generator AC is much less than that of the DC. Okay, because here the energy loss is very less and it transmitted long distance, and that battery, electrochemical battery cells are lots of, its cost is very much. And AC can be easily converted to DC. In class 12 you studied a rectifier. Rectifier is a device which converts AC to DC. Okay, so AC can be easily converted to DC using a device that is called rectifier. AC can be transmitted over long distances without much loss of energy, and AC can be controlled by use of choke coil. That is also you studied in class 12. One choke coil attached over there, then it can be controlled. Involves less loss of power, whereas DC is controlled by using resistance, and resistance involves high energy. If resistance is more, then current is less. We know this one. So AC is controlled by use of choke coil, which involves to operate the power, involves less power or less loss of power, and DC controlled by using resistance, which involves high energy loss. But all devices are we know that everything is not 100% and if no devices or nothing is there that has 100% advantages. One disadvantage also be there. Disadvantages of AC is dangerous than DC. Okay, it's very, very dangerous, and AC cannot be used for electrolysis purpose, because electrolysis purpose we use electrochemical cells. Okay, so for electrolysis purpose we cannot use the AC, and for electrolysis process we use only the one direction current. That's why AC is not used in the purpose of electrolysis. Clear about the AC and DC? Now we discuss the generator, AC generator. So first we discuss the parts of the generator. This is a diagram of AC generator. This rectangular ABCD is a armature, rectangular coil. Now, what is the difference between electric motor and generator? In motor we use the split rings, S1 and S2 split rings. But in case of a generator we use slip rings. Slip rings is a full circular ring. And these two rings, this R1 is attached over the last end of the A, and this R2 is attached over the last end of the D. So the armature last end of the D is attached with a R2 and A is attached with a R1. Okay, so first we discuss the parts. Insulated copper wire, that is a armature, ABCD, rectangular armature. Magnetic poles, strong magnets are there. Magnetic poles, North Pole and South Pole, as shown in the figure, where we in between these poles we place the armature. Next is slip rings. The slip rings are made of metal and insulated from each other. They are separated by a insulated material. Okay, here in this figure R1 and R2 are two slip rings. R1 and R2 are the two slip rings. Okay, next is brushes. These brushes are made up of carbon, and it is connected with a slip rings, not fully connected, just touch with the brushes to complete the circuit. Now the working principle, how it work. So let's start with the working of principle with a diagram. So first of all you write these statements, okay, then I will discuss with the figure. So first we place this rectangular armature in between the poles of two magnets, or inside a magnetic field, strong magnetic field, and the two ends of a armature, that means the ends of A and D. A is connected with one slip ring, that is R1, and at the end of D is connected with another one slip ring, that is R2. Now R1 and R2 is connected with the two brushes B1 and B2, and through B1 and B2 one bulb is attached over there, so we can understand that electric current induced or not. That means when this armature is rotated inside the magnetic field, because the generator means mechanical energy to electrical energy. So machine is work when it rotates, it produces the electric current. And how we can understand? If you attach over there the galvanometer, then also you can understand galvanometer needle is deflected, and in both sides, because this is a AC generator, we get also DC generator. We know that the galvanometer 0 is pointed at middle, so if one deflection is this side, another one deflection is this side, that means due to this is a AC generator which changes its direction periodically. Okay, or otherwise you can use the bulb. If bulb is glows, that means the this mechanical energy converted to electrical energy, or current is induced inside it. And one handle or handle is attached over there. In some books it will, in between these two rings, one axle is there. With that axle it will rotate. Or you can write that a handle is attached outside the electric generator, which we can rotate this coil from the outside of the device. Now what happened? So suppose first when we rotate, suppose the AB move upward direction, CD move downward direction. AB, suppose this is AB, so AB moved upward direction, CD moved downward direction, because this handle, this one handle is we use this handle, we rotate this armature from the outside. So so first of all we consider that AB is rotated upward direction and CD move downward direction. Now in which direction current is induced? Using the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, so force is upward direction, so this is a force, thumb will represent force, and the forefinger represent the magnetic field this side. So current will induced this side, that means A to B, this side. Okay, that means A to B side, or we can say that inside the coil, A to B inside the coil. Okay, if we place like this way, force, outward movement, this is the magnetic field, this is the current, direction of current. Okay, now in case of a CD arm, if we apply the Fleming's right hand rule, now CD moves downward direction, okay, and this is the forefinger represent the magnetic field. So middle finger, like this way, you can see or not, I don't know, that this is a inward force magnetic field. So the current C to D, that means out from the coil, C to D, understand? So A to B and C to D, like this way it will, the current will induced. Now when the coil is rotate, this slip rings also rotate with this armature, but after half rotation this will again connect it with a brass B and B2. In case of a motor, what happened, when we move the armature, the slip rings also alternately changes. That means S1 is connected with a second brass B2 and S2 is connected to the B1. But here B1 and R1 is attached over there, but just this is a circle, and like this way it will move. Okay, so when the armature is moved, that circle also move, but the brasses is here, so circle also move, but the brasses continue still here. So after half rotation, now AB side will be this side and CD will be this side. So now in this condition, in which direction current will flow? AB to CD, then CD through this R2 rings, then B2, then B1, like this way. So we can say that A, B, C, D, B2, then B1. So bulb will glows. Okay, this is the first half. Now after half rotation, AB side will be this side and CD will be this side. But the connection, this connection will be same. This one. Okay, AB side will be this one. See, R1 is again connected with B1 and R2 is connected B2 only. Now, so AB and CD like this way. Okay. Now when CD is move upward direction and AB move downward direction. So when anything you keep it in your mind for electric generator, if force is upward direction, then current is induced into the coil. So D to C, and in this case B to A. You use the Fleming's right hand rule, you can easily understand. Okay, so now in this case we can say that C to D, that means D, C, B, A, R2, B1, A, D, C, B, A, then B1, B2, like this way. So the direction of current will change. In before first half, the current direction this side, B2 to B1. Oh sorry, B1 to B1 from because current is generated A to B direction. So we can say that current is produces from here. So B1, A, B, C, D, B2, then to the bulb. But in this case, the direction is opposite. B1, then B2, then this is D, C, B, A, B1. So direction, then again after this rotation, AB will come this side, CD will come this side. So again the direction of current will change. This direction is opposite. That means the first one, this will come. So after certain time, after certain interval of time, the current will change its direction. So this generator is called AC generator. So now what is the difference, how we can convert it to DC generator? It's just simple. In place of a slip ring, if you use the split rings, whatever we used for in case of a motor, split rings, if we cut it any circle in both half, that is a split rings. Split ring attach over these two sides A and D, then it gives the DC generator, gives the one direction current, and it will convert it to DC generator. Try to in your home draw this generator, but in place of a slip ring, you draw the split ring, then apply the Fleming's right hand rule. Then you see that after half rotation the direction will change or not. If not change in direction is same, that means this is a unidirectional current, DC generator. Then that type of generator is called DC generator. Please try it in your home. In place of a slip ring, you use the split rings. Other things are same. Okay. And also in my that slip rings also after half rotation, the slip rings also changes. That means we maintain the flow of the current, the direction of current this side. That means in first rotation the current direction A to B and C to D. So after half rotation, this direction will be remains constant. Keep it in your mind. Okay, if direction is constant, so like this way we can arrange. We used here the split rings and we get the unidirectional current. Try to in your home draw this one and apply the Fleming's left hand rule. If you have any problem to understand a DC generator, then write in a comment box. Okay, that you have a problem to understand the DC generator. So in next video I will explain the DC generator with the help of split rings in place of slip ring. Clear? Okay, another one thing, in case of in the video of the electric motor, one thing you just have to correct it. When we explain that is okay, but in notes it is wrong. That means the force pushes AB downwards. Please cut it and write upwards, and pushes CD upwards. It is cut it. It will be downwards. Okay, like this way. These two. Okay. These two are the split rings. These two you use in case of a DC generator. Try to in your home. Okay, if you have any problem, then write in a comment box that ma'am, I have a problem to understand a DC generator. Please explain. So in next video, I am surely upload it. If no comments is there, then I will not upload the DC generator. Okay. If anybody at least minimum 5 to 6 comments is there, then I will upload the DC generators surely. Okay, so if you have any other problem except the DC generator related to AC generator or generator, then please write in a comment box. Comment box is there. Have a nice day. Thank you.